Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Let me tell y'all something, man. Abdullah Mason, bring this over here a little bit. He's a problem. He can scrap. I like everything about Abdullah Mason. Everything. The one thing that I like about him the most, he's a young guy, and he seems to be keeping his nose clean outside of the ring. That's extremely rare when they come to these young fighters. And I hope he keeps it that way. That being said, he's the black Edgar Berlanga. Now, for those of you who say, hey, you hold your horses, Hood Champion. You're taking it to the stupid. No, sir. You hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid and be so quick to put something in the comments without listening to the whole video. Top Rank is very good at building up fighters. We've seen it time and time again. But of recent, we saw where they had a prospect, Edgar Berlanga. And first 16 fights, all first round knockouts. The entire boxing world was going crazy over this New York-Rican. Who the hell is this guy? They were comparing this man to Benitez, Cotto, Trinidad, Camacho. Kept comparing this man to everybody. Charlie Zilanoff. I mean, all the famous, outstanding Puerto Rican boxers. Anyway, you saw what happened after the 16th fight. They bumped him up. Said, okay, let's see what you're made of. And they put him in there and realized that he wasn't ready. He ended up getting dropped, got the victory, but he almost got stopped in that fight. Was getting hit way too much. Look at where he is now. Starting the matchroom. Happened to get, I think it was Quigley he fought, whatever the guy's name is. Anyway, got a knockout. Hooked up with his new trainer. Secret Society. Pulled some strings. Now he's fighting Canelo. Right? Mandatory to the WBA. But what happened is, Berlanga showed us that maybe he wasn't what we thought he was. And it wasn't until after that 16th fight where we started to see it. Now, with the black Berlanga, Abdullah Mason, I give him 2 more fights. They're going to feed him. They're going to feed him somebody again. Now, don't get me wrong. He's got to get in there and win. And he looks spectacular, doesn't he? Just like Berlanga looked spectacular in them first round knockouts. Jared Anderson looked pretty good too, didn't he? But for the black Berlanga, I will stop calling him that after his 16th fight, where he starts to step up. And if he can keep doing to them what he's doing to those opponents, what he's doing to these guys who are just being fed to him. If he can keep doing that, which I think he can, there's something special about him. Now, I'm going to tell you the thing about the black Berlanga, Abdullah Mason. He's got long arms. He's fighting at 135. Probably shouldn't even be there, right? But right now, he's young. He can make the weight. He's got that reach. He's got power, okay? And he's got IQ and he can box. He's got different levels to his game. You watch Berlanga, for the most part, come forward, try to knock you out. Berlanga ain't no slick boxer. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have all those tools in his toolbox like Abdullah Mason. So that's why I think when Abdullah Mason gets to the 17th, 18th fight, when the competition, he steps up in competition, I think you're going to see him elevate himself and continue to do what he's been, to those opponents, what he's doing to these opponents right now. Now, the thing is this, he's got to keep getting better. Because when you're watching him, you almost want to say, like for me, I'm like, from what I'm seeing, it's like he got more promise than Jerome Boots Ennis. When I watch him fight, I'm like, Jesus Christ, he got more promise than Boots Ennis. But we can't get ahead of ourselves here. I heard somebody the other day say, this is going to be the guy to break Mayweather's record. I'm like, goddamn, already? Don't start putting that stress, that responsibility on these ESPN fighters. You saw Jared Anderson. That man had a little expectation about him being the next great American heavyweight fighter go on to be a champion. What he said, I want that responsibility. Man started crying. Roy Jones, nobody, I didn't ask for it. Are you with me? Is you with me? Is you not with me, cuz? Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Hey, you hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. But Abdullah Mason ain't ready for all that Mayweather comparisons. Y'all need to stop that bullshit. But what we can say is, I'm telling you, I think he's going to be the one. But right now, he's the Black Berlanga. And he's going to have to come out here in that 16-17 fight where they put some real threats in front of him. And he's going to have to do to them what he's been able to do in order for that momentum to continue to build and for his success to continue to snowball. But like this guy he fought tonight, that ain't it. Now, I think the Black Berlanga had everything to do with that victory and making that person not wanting to continue in that corner and everybody else saying, "No, stop the fight." But Top Rank's got to step up his competition. They got to step him up. And my thing is, maybe there's something they don't see, right? In Abdullah Mason, for them not to push him so fast to fight really, really stiff competition. Because you look at Lomachenko, you look at these guys, Rigondeaux, you look at even Madrimov, but you look at some of these fighters who are coming with those expanded amateur backgrounds, right? They get pushed pretty quickly. But when you watch the Black Berlanga, Abdullah Mason, it's like, yo, he can really fight. Pardon, they pushing him. But at the same time, I don't want to see him end up like a Jared Anderson. They protected him. When they did give him a step-up fight was against Charles Martin. Charles Martin took it on like 4 or 5 week notice, and Charles Martin almost knocked him out. If Charles Martin had another month of training, he would have knocked him out cold. But Charles Martin already showed us that Jared Anderson, he can't cut it. So when they made that fight with Bacoli, I'm like, oh shit, why Top Rank do that to him? I think it has everything to do with the way he disrespected him, and that's just their way of getting back at his ass. You can't come out here and bite the hand that feeds you. So with the Black Berlanga, I don't necessarily want to see them rush him either. And then all of a sudden he ends up like a Jared Anderson, or like a Berlanga, you know what I mean? I don't want to see that. I want to see them, go ahead, man. That's all right. Look at Jerome Boots-Sanders. He's just now really cutting his teeth on really stiff competition, you know what I'm saying? At 30 over 30 fights. They don't need to rush him. You listen to most of these fighters, especially retired fighters, they'll tell you, man, you don't need to come and take a guy like that at 14 fights and put him in there with killers. You want to learn from Fernando Vargas, learn from Francisco Bajardo, learn from David Reed. Y'all don't know who those fighters are? Go look them up. Francisco Bajardo, David Reed, Fernando Vargas. Fighters who were pushed too fast and got burnt out in their careers. Fernando made a whole lot of money, but got burnt out or just pushed too fast. And with Mason, I think he can step up his competition. But let's not fast track him, but let's give him somebody that's going to put up some kind of resistance. You know what I'm saying? That being said, Top Rank, they got the right recipe. They got the secret to success on how to build their fighters' profiles. And they pay them pretty damn good. I'm not saying these guys are all going to be happy, but they're getting, and once you're making a few million to fight, especially to fight guys who aren't really a threat, what you complaining about? You'll keep milking the cow. You know what I'm saying? Keep milking the cow. But anyway, Abdullah Mason, amazing talent. But right now, he's the Black Berlanga. Till he gets to that 16 fight and steps up in competition and proves he can do to guys who can really fight what he's doing to these guys, kind of hard for me to say he's that guy. But as far as the eye test, he and Boots-Sanders, same thing right now. They passed the eye test. Boots is now getting the opportunity to show us what he's about. And Mason, it may take him a little while to get there, but at least give him someone who's going to fight back. But I think Mason just hits that hard. I really think he's just that sharp and hits that damn hard. to where they're like, yo. And he's hitting them with shit they don't see. And his timing and IQ, everything about him is on point. He could be a damn Pretty Boy Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm sleeping on him. But step up the competition. Floyd did. Pretty Boy Floyd did. Out here destroying people. So let's step up. If that's the case, we'll know. We'll know with the first step-up fight, how he performs. We'll know, like, okay, he's ready. But just got to wait and see when they decide to do that. Y'all keep cool. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Abdullah Mason, top rank, got him out there as the Black Berlanga right now. And they're going to keep letting him milk that cow. But let's step up. See what happens. See what happens when he get in the ring with a bull. Let's see how that works out. In the breeze.